So we have got Coach Godwin Izilien, former Super Falcons coach, joining us. Great to have you, Coach.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Very, very good. Let's get to it very, very quickly. Will you say that in the build-up to this Women's World Cup, there was a lot of talk around the Falcons being owed money from the qualifiers, and following the not too impressive performance at the Women's AFCON, did you think they had any chances of getting out of the group at this World Cup?
If you know the aftermath of World Cup, you won't blame those guys. Because of lack of exposure before the World Cup, most of them they get timid. They have never seen an arena like what they are seeing now, nor the crowd, and that is more reason why they should be exposed to excellence to avoid the supposed timidity. However, the girls started very well, and they progressed into a bigger performance in the second match. And I hope the third match too give us hope that they will do well in the knockout phase. Knockout is for it's not for beginners. The knockout stage is for really prepared teams and those who have mature players within the team. From the little I saw of them, I am very, very optimistic. They will do well in the knockout series. And if care is not taken, don't be surprised to find them in the semi-finals. Thank you.
For them to get to the semi-finals, though, Coach, it's now been confirmed they will be playing England, who've topped the group after they beat China by 6-1. How does that game look like to you? The English, obviously, are European champions, one of the favourites to win this World Cup. How are the Falcons supposed to set up against them? Is it going to be same of the same, or do they have to maybe adjust their style of play for the English?
Listen to me. When you talk of goal scoring, goals are scored when you make mistakes, particularly when you have a team that is not respecting the three fundamentals. That is when you are in possession of the ball, when you lose possession, and then when you regain possession. When you have respect for these three fundamentals, you will concede lesser goals. Let me put it that way. And then again, if you don't respect it, you get basket of goals, and then that can throw your team into disarray. However, let me tell you, great goals are scored when an opponent is not prepared and is not the team is not organized. The three sectors of the team of the pitch, that is the defense, the midfield, and the finishing point, are areas you take seriously. And if you underrate any of those departments, you pay dearly for it. So the scoring of goals, to me, it's not alien to me nor new to me. Teams who are not prepared, they collect chains of goals, and teams who are well groomed collect. In fact, they have little or no goals in their kitty. Thank you.
All right, so one final question before you go. If you had a chance to speak to these players ahead of that game against England, what would your message be to the team?
What? Come again.
I said if you had the chance to speak to the players, what would your message be ahead of that game against England?
First of all, I will tell them this is a very vital position, vital period in the game. That is the knockout stage. The knockout stage, you got to respect the three fundamentals like I mentioned. When you are in possession of the ball, your teammates must create space for you to make your good passes and then again connect the midfield and the attackers. And if you lose possession, you don't need to wait for anybody. You mark the space and the opponent. And finally, if you regain possession, what do? Your midfielder should be able to give you deep penetrating passes, or give you move the ball to the flanks. That you create width where necessary, where you can pull out the balls for great goals. Great goals are scored from pullouts. If you look at good teams in the World Cup for now, in fact, like Sweden and Netherlands, not Portugal now. I'm talking of US. most of their goals came from the pullouts. And I will advise my team, concentrate on those three fundamentals. And if you adhere strictly to them, they will come out tops.
All right. So thank you very, very much, Coach Godwin Izilien there talking to us. Thank you very much for coming through.
Pleasure having me. Pleasure having me.